friends, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be announcing the next 3 book club picks for my book club with my best friend here on BookTube, Cami from Borrows and Books. So if you don't know, Camila and I run a book club and it is called Brujas and Books, and the link for the Instagram is always in the description box below. But basically we just choose a book by a Latinx author each month and we read it together. So we've read 3 books so far. We've read The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina, Velvet Was the Night, and we are reading right now The Most Beautiful Girl in Cuba. So now we want to announce the next 3 picks so y'all can be prepared and everything. So we have a very long list of many books by Latinx authors that we want to read. And we just couldn't decide, so basically what we decided to do was make some polls on Instagram, and y'all chose the books that we're reading for the months of December, January, and February. And every book that I wanted to win won, so I'm really happy. So let's get started. So for the month of December, we wanted to choose some books that were very short. Because we know it's the holiday season and everyone's busy traveling. I'm actually traveling to Puerto Rico, which is kind of perfect. I might read our pick when I'm in Puerto Rico. So yeah, so we had 2 books that were written in verse on the poll, and the one that won was Dreaming of You by Melissa Lozada Oliva. And this one, obviously, like I said, it's written in verse. I have read another book by Melissa before, and she wrote Peluda, and that book was amazing. I really loved it. It's right up here on my stack of favorite books of 2021. I loved it. It was a poetry book, and it talked a lot about like brown women in America and the relationship with hair and feminism and all of that. So I am expecting a lot of those kind of topics being discussed in this one, but this one's a little bit more quirky and like weird and out there. So this one is written in verse, and I think like the main character is herself, Melissa, and this one has kind of like nods to Selena Quintanilla, who's a very popular Tex-Mex singer. You might know who Selena Quintanilla is, but basically this novel is as if she resurrects Selena Quintanilla, and I was looking through and all of the chapters are like names of Selena Quintanilla's songs. And I am so excited. I'm actually a really big fan of Selena Quintanilla, and I know a lot of Latinx people are, so I feel like this book is just kind of perfect for someone that is Latinx, that loves Selena Quintanilla and doesn't really love to read, because I feel like this book is very easy to read because it's written in verse. So I feel like this would be an amazing book for people that are not really readers to read. So yeah, on here it says, a novel in verse of lost longing and identity crises, following a poet who resurrects pop star Selena from the dead. So I'm really excited. It's a little weird, but yeah, I'm super stoked to read this in December. It's super short, so it shouldn't take too long. And yeah, this is what we're reading for the month of December. So usually for me, in the winter months, I like to read a little bit more fantasy. Literally all of the books that I read in the month of November were fantasy books or historical fiction. So I kind of wanted to keep that theme going, and y'all chose for the month of January for us to read Gods of Jade and Shadow, and this one's a little bit more like fantasy, adventure. So basically it's about this Mexican girl, and she lives with, I forgot if it's her uncle or just her dad or something, but one day she's just like cleaning around her house and she kind of awakens a Mayan god. He kind of sets her off on like this adventure. So she lives with her grandfather and she awakens a Mayan god from death, and she frees this spirit, and she's kind of set on this like adventure. It says on here that like the background and the setting for this book is the jungles of Yucatan and the bright lights of Mexico City and deep in the darkness of the Mayan underworld. So I'm really excited. This is giving me like major like Amari and the Night Brothers vibes, because I feel like Amari and the Night Brothers was just so like fast paced because there's like this huge adventure setting, and like anyway, we'll see what like the main goal of the adventure, like whatever the Mayan god says like you have to go do. We'll see what that aspect is, but I'm really excited to read this in the month of January. So for the month of February, we obviously wanted to read a romance book, and this one that we're reading that y'all chose is Ophelia After All by Raquel. This one hasn't come out yet, so I don't own it physically obviously, but this one I read a little bit about it, and apparently this book follows like this girl who is on her senior year of high school. So she's very scared about like all of the changes that are coming when she graduates. She doesn't know what to expect. And she's kind of known for having many crushes on boys, like a lot of different boys. She's always crushing on somebody. She's just starting to figure out a little bit more about her sexuality, and she kind of crushes on a girl, and she's trying to figure out like what that means, all of these changes that are coming when she graduates. So it's kind of like a little love coming of age story, and I love these type of stories so much. Like these are some of my favorite movies to watch, so I'm really excited to read a book like this in February. So yeah, these are the next 3 books that we're reading for Brujas and Books. I did forget to say that for Dreaming of You, this book was actually sent to me and Camila by the publisher, but we were planning on reading this at some point, but y'all chose it for the month of December, so we're reading it first, so I'm really excited. So thank you so much to Astra House for sending this to us. We're really excited to read it. So yeah, those are all the books. We really hope that y'all join us to read some Latinx books with us. Like I mentioned, the Instagram is always linked down below in every single video. We have been having so much fun reading these books. I have been having a blast like reading about so many different Latinx cultures. So we've read a little bit Mexican, Cuban, and I believe the first one was Honduran. So I have been having a blast also learning a lot about different Latinx cultures. So please pick these up if you're interested. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!